Our intro music is provided by Kevin MacLeod at Incompetech.com.
With a little imagination, you should be able to envision the torches and hear the screams that echoed through here.
For the best in paranormal talk radio, you're listening to Night Dreams Talk Radio with Gary.
Well, here I am. It is already Thursday. The week is going so fast. Boy, and tomorrow is Friday the 13th. And, tomorrow we got a special show. But even before I talk about that, Ron Fitzgerald, he is a actor, a magician in the dark realm. Actor in a lot of, scary horror movies. And we have him for the next 2 hours or so on Night Dreams Talk Radio. And then in a few minutes, if everything goes right with Skype, my Sunday host, the paranormal lawyer, will be joining us too. Well, Ron, how you doing?
I'm great, Gary. How you doing tonight?
I am doing really good. I mean, any day I can find my car keys in the morning, I am doing good.
You're supposed to use your psychic mojo and find your keys that way.
Well, if I did that, I would never find my keys. You know, the worst I've ever done with my keys is I put them in the freezer. I spent a whole day looking for those suckers, and then my wife went into the freezer to get something out, and there they were.
Do you know how they wound up in there?
I don't know how they wound up there. I probably went into the freezer to get a popsicle or something weird, and bang, I couldn't, well, there they were. So, boy.
That's pretty funny. Yeah. The abominable snowman took your keys, ran into the freezer with them.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Michael, for something, your Skype again is not working right. It won't let me let you join into the conversation. So you're going to have to use your cell phone, and hopefully that works. Yeah, so what have you been up to since the last time we talked to you?
Off doing my evil thing, promoting Dark Realm endlessly, it seems. So I can drive people over to, it's over on Amazon Prime in the U.S. and the U.K., and just trying to get people to that, and then, pimping the DVD of the movie and everything as well. And just did the 5th anniversary of the Hardcore Hearse Club, had their show. They have an annual show here outside of Chicago, and I was performing there. And that was great fun. That was a few weeks ago. And coming up next month, we're getting ready to do Flashback Weekend Horror Convention here in Chicago again. And I've been looking at a screening of The Devil Frame, which is my next film, which will be out later. But I'm involved in the production of that, as well as acting in it. And that is going to be a very exciting film. So I've been looking at that, and they wanted a few more notes. So they're getting towards the end of the edit, and they wanted some of us to take a look at it so they could get some more eyes on the cut they have right now. And I tell you, I can't say too much about it yet, but it's really exciting. I think your audience will really enjoy it because it's all about ritual voodoo magic set in a high-end art world.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I take it it's going to be really scary and awesome like that too.
Yeah, it's another horror film that I'm in, and it's kind of it takes it is inspired by, it draws from those old like occult films from the 70s and 80s. It's very contemporary in its setting and the way it's made and everything, the way its production, but it's like one of those older, occult films, and it's got a surreal edge to it, which fits in so nicely with the art angle on the whole thing, and it's really cool. It's by a local Chicago filmmaker by the name of Rob Sepulveda, and I was in another production with him not long ago called Year of the Ox. a short film we did together. And this is a feature film, The Devil Frame, which will be out, like I said, later in the year, something like that. People should start looking for it. And it does have a Facebook page and everything if people want to go and check out a little bit more about it right now.
Oh, wow. And so how's your current movie that you're, promoting doing right now?
Dark Realm's doing well. I mean, people are seeing it, and they're looking at it all the time. More reviews are coming in. We had stuff coming in where people were looking at it. Everybody's liking it. They have a good time with it, and we're getting a lot of really nice nods because it's not your stereotypical horror film. It's different because it's got that live mix of live performance as well as horror film narrative. So, and it also gives it a bit of an art film kind of edge because of that mix of the two things. And everybody likes it because it's so different than all the other horror films that are around, because you get to, if anybody out there, what I do is I'm an actor as well as a Gothic illusionist, which means it's a dark theatrical show that has a very, wicked humor to it. And that, my show is featured in the film. We actually shot live performance in front of a live audience. So it's as you would see it. And then that is interwoven with a horror film narrative that tells a story of a master illusionist who may actually be in league with evil forces to ensure his success. And so we made a film out of it. So it's kind of a concert film and it's kind of a horror film altogether. And if people are looking for something like that, they should go check that out. So that it's been doing really well because everybody likes it because it's so different.
Oh yeah, I mean that's what is unique about it. I've seen part of it, and my time is so. I tell you, I'm supposed to be retired, and boy, I'm 10 to 14 hours a day involved in doing the show. Hey, Michael, are you there?
I'm here, Gary.
Yeah.
Can you hear me okay?
Oh, well, I can hear you. I was just trying to figure out why the Skype wasn't working again on one of our ends.
Yeah. Well, that's all right. Man, I am so excited to be on here with Ron. How are you, Ron?
I'm good, thanks. It's glad to have you, great to have you on there with us and everything. So I'm glad you could get the Skype going and get you in here.
Well, thank you. Yeah. Matter of fact, this is the perfect show for me to be on with you because they call me now the paranormal lawyer. So I'm very glad to meet, the dark illusionist myself. So this will be fun.
Well,
exactly. It's a perfect mix.
Now, he did say that he would put a two-piece bathing suit on. Michael did. And he wants that one little illusion you do in the coffin. And he's going to have he's going to hold on to a what's that? One of those, like a pot pie or something like that while you're doing it.
There you go. But I want Julie Strain to be in the coffin with me.
Oh yes, I did a film with Julia like 10 years ago now, called Magus, and I'm in that with Julie. And Julie's very pleasant company, so you would like to be in a coffin with Julie. Absolutely.
Yeah, but I don't think Michael knows a little bit about the coffin. Do you, Michael?
No, but I can imagine what this coffin entails, but believe me, I bet the listeners would love to hear.
Well, put it this way. If you had popcorn laying on top of you, it might all pop.
Whoa. Mm-hmm. All right.
Yeah, Ron, you want to tell them a little bit about that illusion?
Well, for those listening, it's what we call in the illusion biz, it's a cremation illusion. So the way I present it is kind of as a witch burning, and we bring my lovely companion out on stage, and we peel her out of a few of her cumbersome garments, and then we put her in this 7-foot coffin, and she lays down in the coffin, and then somebody brings me out a lit torch, and I set that thing on fire on the inside, and you can see her kicking and screaming in the flames, and then we shut it, turn it around, and when we open it up, there's nothing left but a smoldering skeleton. family fun for if you're the Addams Family.
Well, hey, Ron, Michael's, been trying to lose weight. I think that would be the best way.
Just burn it off.
Melt the pounds right off of you, quite literally.
Oh, yeah.
Which is funny because when you were talking about the pot pie earlier, it gave me an instant flashback. Once a while ago, when I was still doing a lot of nightclubs, I did that illusion. They specifically contracted me to do that illusion at a special event, a fetish event called the Bondage Barbecue. And so I presented that as the Bondage Barbecue and put this lovely young lady in the coffin that night to cremate and barbecue her.
Wow! Did you use barbecue sauce?
Mm-hmm. Well, we did baste her down. Yes, we did. Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds kinky because it was. Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. Now, Michael, I told you it'd be different than UFOs tonight.
Oh, yeah. This is about as paranormal as I get at this point. But, yeah, I'm really admiring how Ron pulls this stuff off. Matter of fact, I've seen some of his trailers, and, Ron is a great actor as well. I checked on his IMDb, and this guy's been around a long time. Matter of fact, I don't know if you made a little intro here, but I've got this interesting thing that I read. It says his Dark Realm movie is a theatrical, fantastic, blended with a spectacular horror narrative that tells the shocking story of a master illusionist inspired by the occult who may actually be in league with the evil forces. And to assure his success, his deadly secret may then bring destruction to him and his lover, Raven, and to everyone in his macabre show, as his sardonic manager, Price, pushes him to continue the performance. Now, Ron, what I'd like to find out is Price any kind of an allusion to the famous Vincent Price of horror fame?
Hey, absolutely. You are 100% correct. I'm a huge Vincent Price fan. I've met his daughter Victoria several times at conventions. I have the Vincent Price cookbook that I had her sign for me, and that I've got right here. And yeah, so I'm a big Vincent Price fan. In fact, he did one of the films that kind of inspires Dark Realm. Was a film he did back in the late 50s called The Mad Magician. So that is definitely a Vincent Price reference, because the actor who's also my director and good friend in the movie is Vincent Balancia. So even his first name kind of mirrors the last name. So I'm like, oh no, we're gonna call you Price in the film. So so it is most definitely a Vincent Price reference, because it is definitely a tip of the hat to Vincent, because yeah, he's awesome.
Well, what I liked about Vincent Price is that how he could just, carry on all these movies, and a lot of them are real low budget, where they would crank them out like in a couple days. And it just was interesting. I was watching an old interview with him, and the host was asking him a question like, "Well, I can't remember the name of the movie, but they did it like in 2 days' time." A major movie, 2 days' time, because he wanted it in color. Vincent Price wanted it in color, and they said, well, they would have to do it in 2 days' time to cut the budget down, to cover the cost to, do it in color versus black and white.
Isn't that crazy? Yeah. I mean, you think they'd never be able to do that, now they shoot things really, really fast, because, you can shoot with the digital technology, but back then, you can see what they had to do to, adjust the budget, for color film as opposed to black and white. And, he's done so many amazing things, including all of those great Edgar Allan Poe films he did in the 60s. I love that stuff.
Oh, yeah. I like the one where he was going around and, he was a magician, and everybody, kind of like didn't rate him very good.